everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how I tie a knot and bury my threads when I'm doing my long arm work. I get asked how to do this more often than anything, I think. Now understand, when I'm using a really thin thread such as a monopoly or Invisifil, something like that, I will lock my stitches, but anything else I prefer to tie the knot and bury it, much like a hand quilter will do. Just so that you know, this is just a sample run of thread here. This will be unpicked. I had made a video with the red on red and you can't see it, so we decided to do it this way. So you have either run out of thread or you've made a mistake and you've had to unpick, and what you want to have is about 6 inches of thread. Now I'm actually going to cut this a little bit shorter because if you have it too long, it's hard to hang on to the threads and make the knot nicely. So you've got about 6 inches of tail. You're going to take the tail and hold it in your right hand, and you're going to hold it fairly taut. I take 2 fingers and I put behind the thread. Okay? And what I do is wrap my fingers, my hand, in a circle until I have wrapped that thread around my fingers. So this is what you've got. Okay? So I'll do that again. Actually, I'm going to see if I can get a bit more light here. It might help. There we go. Okay, so 2 fingers in behind. My right hand is holding my thread up tight. 2 fingers in behind. And I wrap my fingers around, my hand around in a circle until it's wrapped around like this. This is what you're going for. Then you take the tail of thread that you're hanging on to and you're going to put it between your 2 fingers. And then squeeze the fingers together just enough to hold that thread. And once you've got that, okay, once you have it like that, you can let go of that tail. Now you get your right hand free to use your needle. Your next step is to take a needle. I use a large-eyed needle so that I can quickly thread it and then bury them. And with the point, you're going to put the needle under the threads, and then take that point and put it right where those 2 threads have come out, exactly there, and just rest it. Now you can see it's kind of getting messy up here, but that's okay. So long as your fingers are together, you haven't dropped that tail of thread. So what you want to do now is slowly pull those 2 fingers away, keep them together so you're hanging onto that tail, and you can see as the knot starts to form, goes down to the tip of the needle, and there's your quilter's knot right at your top. Okay, now that's about as far away as you want it. You could have it a bit closer, but you don't want it much further than that. Okay, because now what you're going to do is you're going to take your big eye needle, and you thread it with the tail. I put one arm underneath just to guide to make sure, and again put the point of that needle right where those 2 threads come out, and then take a good 1/2 inch stitch and then pull it through and give it a little tug, and they are disappeared. No backtrack marks, no thick wad of thread, no nothing. And then you simply, oops, sorry about that, you simply trim your threads, and there you go, all done. Takes practice, 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 and pretty soon you'll have it done in about 10 seconds flat.